Welcome to the channel. I'm so glad you're here today. After the age of 60, every morning becomes more important than ever. There are days when you wake up feeling sluggish, your body feels heavy, and your mind is foggy. You just want to stay in bed a little longer. But then, there are mornings when you wake up feeling light, refreshed, and ready to face the day with focus and energy. What creates this difference? It's not luck. It's the result of the habits you build for yourself each morning. Today, I want to sit down with you, like two friends having a heartfelt conversation, and share 6 simple but powerful morning habits that can help you, after 60, start your day feeling alert, clear-headed, and focused. And no, I'm not going to share distant theories or complicated routines. I'll tell you real, relatable stories from people I've met, people just like you and me, who are on their journey to staying healthy, sharp, and full of life as they age. I remember meeting Mr. William, 67 years old, living in California. I asked him his secret. Why does he always seem so radiant and full of energy every time I see him? He smiled and said, "It all starts with the morning. How I begin my day determines my mood and clarity for the whole day." His words really stayed with me. And indeed, once I started paying attention to my own mornings, I realized that just a few simple changes can make every day feel more meaningful and enjoyable. The first habit I want to share with you is to take a few minutes each morning to breathe slowly and mindfully. Have you ever noticed that right after waking up, your mind can start racing? Plans, worries, to-do lists, and even random thoughts rush in, making you feel tired before you've even gotten out of bed. Instead of letting that happen, try this. Stay still. Keep your eyes closed for a moment longer. Take a deep, slow breath in, and then exhale gently with a soft smile on your face. Mr. Richard, 72 years old from Florida, told me he starts every day with 5 minutes of deep breathing in his favorite armchair by the window. He looks out into his little garden, lets his mind relax, and focuses only on his breath. He said, "You know, those quiet moments calm my mind, erase any tension, and help me enter the day with peace." Science supports this too. Deep breathing in the morning increases oxygen to the brain, helping you feel more alert and reducing fatigue throughout the day. After mindful breathing, the second habit is to drink a glass of warm water. Your body loses quite a bit of water overnight through breathing and metabolism. A glass of warm water not only replenishes this, but also wakes up your digestive system and improves blood circulation to the brain. Mary, 66 years old from Seattle, once shared with me, "Whenever I forget to drink water in the morning, I feel sluggish and foggy all day." You can enhance this simple habit by adding a few drops of lemon juice or a little honey to your warm water for a gentle detox. But even just plain warm water is enough to wake your body and prepare it for the day ahead. I tried this habit myself, and within a few days, I felt the difference. No more grogginess in the morning, just a fresh, light feeling to start the day. The third habit, one I strongly encourage you to practice regularly, is gentle movement. You don't need to engage in heavy exercise. Just 10 to 15 minutes of stretching, a short walk around your garden, or some simple yoga poses are enough to awaken your body and help blood flow to your brain. Mr. John, 70 years old from Texas, spends 15 minutes every morning walking around his neighborhood. He told me, "When I walk, it's like my mind moves along with my steps. Each stride makes me feel younger." Research shows that seniors who maintain light morning exercise routines not only have better physical health, but also sharper minds for longer. You don't need anything complicated. Just step out onto your porch, take in the fresh air, walk a few laps around your yard, or gently stretch your arms and legs. The key is consistency. Your body and brain love rhythm and repetition. Every day that you stick to this habit, you are building more energy and clarity into your day. When you start your morning with peace of mind, physical alertness, and a refreshed spirit, everything else in your day seems to flow more easily. This isn't chance. It's the result of intentional habits that you choose to nurture. I know change doesn't happen overnight, but trust me, every time you tell yourself, "I will care for my morning better," you are investing in your brain's health, your clarity, and your happiness. There's still much more we'll talk about regarding these helpful habits, but for now, I encourage you to begin with these 3 simple steps. Deep breathing. a glass of warm water, and gentle movement. They may seem small, but they'll make a big difference in how you feel every single day. Continuing with the morning habits that can help you after the age of 60, start each day feeling clear-headed and focused. I want to share the next steps. Small habits that, when practiced regularly, will make a remarkable difference in your mental sharpness and overall well-being. After practicing slow breathing, drinking warm water, and doing light movement, there's a fourth habit I encourage you to try starting tomorrow. Take a few minutes to write down 3 things you feel grateful for that morning. It might sound simple or even a bit cliche, but you'd be surprised at how powerful this habit can be for your clarity and peace of mind throughout the day. Let me tell you about Susan, 65 years old from Arizona. She once told me that she often woke up feeling heavy-hearted. Her mind quickly clouded with worries and negativity. It set a tense, irritable tone for the entire day. One day, her daughter suggested, "Mom, why don't you try writing down 3 things you're grateful for every morning?" At first, Susan laughed it off, thinking it wouldn't help, but she gave it a try. After just 1 week, she wrote to me, "I don't know how to explain it, but jotting down simple things like grateful for the sunny morning or grateful my grandchildren are healthy has made me feel lighter and more positive." Science backs this up as well. Writing down positive thoughts in the morning encourages your brain to release dopamine and serotonin, neurotransmitters that promote happiness and alertness. When your brain starts the day on a positive note, your entire thought process becomes lighter, clearer, and more flexible. The 5th habit I want to share is having a balanced, nourishing breakfast. After 60, many people tend to neglect breakfast, maybe just a cup of coffee or a cookie here and there. But your brain, after a long night of fasting, needs fuel to function effectively. Skipping breakfast or eating something lacking in nutrients forces your brain to struggle to stay alert. James, 69 years old from New York, told me he used to skip breakfast because he didn't feel hungry in the morning, but he often felt mentally drained and unfocused by late morning. I suggested he try a light but nutritious breakfast, like a bowl of oatmeal with chia seeds and banana slices, or a boiled egg with whole grain bread and a glass of almond milk. 2 weeks later, he called me and said, "I had no idea breakfast could make such a difference. I get things done faster, my mind is sharper, and I feel happier all day." A good breakfast for brain health should include complex carbohydrates from oats or whole grains, protein, eggs, yogurt, or nut milk, and healthy fats, avocado nuts. Don't forget to add fresh fruit for vitamins and fiber. When your brain receives the energy and nutrients it needs, you'll notice smoother thinking, better memory, and sustained concentration throughout the morning. The 6th habit, and one I encourage everyone to adopt, is to spend at least 10 minutes each morning learning something new. It could be reading a few pages of a book, listening to a short podcast, or learning a new word in another language. After 60, your brain still craves stimulation to stay flexible and sharp. Linda, 70 years old from Boston, spends 15 minutes every morning learning a new word in Spanish. She told me, "I don't need to speak fluently, but learning a little bit each day keeps my mind agile and quick." Science calls this neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections. And this happens only when you challenge yourself with new information or experiences regularly. It doesn't have to be anything complicated. You could read a short article, look up an interesting fact, write out a poem by hand, or do a quick brain puzzle like Sudoku or crossword. Each morning, these small challenges send a message to your brain. Keep learning and exploring. Your brain will thank you for it. I understand that sometimes mornings can start off feeling tired or heavy, especially for older adults. But these small habits, mindful breathing, warm water, gentle movement, writing down gratitude, eating a balanced breakfast, and learning something new, can gradually transform your mornings into uplifting, clear, and energizing beginnings. Start with 1 or 2 habits and build up slowly. Don't pressure yourself. Each day, add a little more. After 1 week, 2 weeks, then a month, you'll begin to notice that you feel more alert, happier, and your memory improving steadily. In the next part, I'll help you explore how to turn these habits into lasting routines so that every morning truly becomes a fresh start, filled with focus and energy. Now that we've explored the 6 morning habits to help you start your day feeling alert and focused after 60, I'd like to go a little deeper with you to help make these habits a natural part of your daily life. Because knowing something is good is one thing, but turning it into a lasting habit and sticking with it every single day, that's the real challenge. Let me tell you about George, 72 years old, from Colorado. The first time I spoke with him, he admitted that he had read about many good habits but could never stick to them. "I always start full of enthusiasm," he laughed, "but after a few days, I just stop." I asked him what made him quit. He thought for a moment and said, "I think I try to do everything at once, and if I couldn't do it perfectly right away, I felt like I'd already failed." Sometimes perfectionism can become a barrier. After that conversation, I encouraged George to choose just one habit, the simplest one, and focus on that alone. He chose drinking warm water in the morning. Each day, he focused on only that. After 3 weeks, when it became natural, he added slow breathing and writing down gratitude. 3 months later, he called me and said, "My mornings are peaceful and joyful now. I don't wake up feeling tired anymore." The first thing I want you to remember is, don't try to change everything at once. Start with one small habit. When it becomes natural, add the next. Consistency matters more than speed. The next step is to create a dedicated morning space for yourself. You might not realize it, but your surroundings have a big impact on your mindset and focus. Find a small corner in your home, maybe a favorite chair by the window, a small table with a cup of tea and a few books, or a quiet spot where you can sit, breathe deeply, and enjoy peace. Emily, 68 years old, from Oregon, shared with me that after she created a little morning corner in her living room, sticking to her habits became much easier. Each morning, she simply walks to that space, and everything is waiting for her: her gratitude journal, her warm glass of water, and a soft chair for gentle meditation. Another important factor is to avoid reaching for your phone or reading the news as soon as you wake up. I understand it's a common habit for many, but did you know that starting your day by exposing your brain to negative news or social media overloads your mind and reduces your ability to focus? Try spending the first 30 minutes of your morning without your phone, just with yourself, nurturing calmness and positivity. Robert, 70 years old, from Illinois, once confessed, "Every morning I would wake up and start reading the news, and it's always negative. I felt weighed down all day." When he decided to put his phone aside and instead write in a morning journal, after a few weeks, he noticed a remarkable improvement in his mood and energy. And remember, your morning routine doesn't have to take hours. Just 20 to 30 minutes spent mindfully on yourself, with presence and care, can make a huge difference for the entire day. What matters most is doing it with love and respect for yourself. A little tip I'd like to share is to create visual reminders. Place a glass of water on the dining table so you won't forget to drink it. Keep your gratitude journal and pen somewhere visible so writing becomes second nature. Stick a note on your bathroom mirror that says, "Breathe deeply, smile," so every morning when you look in the mirror, you're reminded of this gentle habit. Finally, remember that everything you do in the morning is a gift you give yourself. It's an investment in mental clarity, peace of mind, and the positive energy that helps you fully live each day. If you found these tips helpful, please like this video and subscribe to the channel so we can continue this journey together. I'll always be here, sharing simple, practical advice to remind you that growing older isn't about slowing down. It's about living deeper, savoring each moment, and finding happiness in the little things. Believe this: when you take time each morning for yourself, you'll create days that feel complete. One complete day leads to a fulfilling week, then a month, and soon your life will be filled with clarity, joy, and lasting peace.